Well, good evening, all, and welcome to Cab Crew Wednesday. And let's see who's all in here. Brad from Willow Creek is here. Welcome, Brad. Tammy and Ray are here. Welcome, Tammy and Ray. John from Schuylkill River Valley is here. Welcome, John. Grandpa Rails is here. Hey, JD, how you doing? And Cub Bar is here. How you doing? Good to see you here tonight. And I think I have. No, I don't have him in there. Okay. So, um, so how's everybody doing? Hope you're enjoying the new year so far. This is the first stream for me in the new year. Um, so, hope everybody had a good holiday and is staying warm wherever you are. So, I'm waiting for Bob from PK&W Waterworks because he wanted me to talk about YouTube stuff. So when he gets to here, I'll switch over to that topic. It was on my schedule to talk about that stuff today. So uh, I got my Walters turntable uh, part a couple of days ago. And if you don't know what the part is, I'm going to make myself bigger and I'm going to show you. Okay. This is the Walters turntable 90. This is for the 90. The 130 is a little bit different in size and stuff. And this is the electronics of your turntable. And these brass pins here came, and one of them was bent a little bit. So this one didn't work. So they had to send me another one. That came. So what I did, this here is the sensor. This goes in, and then there's a little right there, a little hole. That's the eye of the sensor. And then as the turntable goes around, it hits the sensor, and then it knows where it is. Okay. And this is how you set home in the turntable. Okay. So the first one came, and I had a hard time getting this up into the sensor position on the bottom of the turntable. Okay. There's a little clip there. Hard to see it. There's a little clip on that thing. And you have to push that up in and then pull this, and then it catches. And it was kept on falling out, falling out. It's in a particular spot. It's not easy to get to. And so I finally got it in there. So the second time, the one that came this week, I said, what you have to do is you have to solder these two red and black wires that are coming out of the sensor onto the two black and red wires that come out of here, like that. And you solder it. So what I did is I made these two wires a little longer, because the one he sent me, the wires were way down to here. They're real short. So I skinned them. I put heat shrink on both. I made it longer wire so that I could use a connector. That way I could take it off and still leave it in place, right? Well, I did that. and the turntable came on, and the first thing I wanted to, there was no errors on the screen at all. Let me show you. This is the panel. When I say screen, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. This here section is an LED. It shows you, gives you error codes, and it gives you the track number that you assigned to that service track. This is going clockwise, the CW. The CCW here is going counterclockwise. And then you got tail, track, and head. Those three things there. So that's the console of your Walters turntable. Okay. So, and then on the back, you have two plugs. They're like phone connections. You get a cable, you plug it into one of these, and then you run it up underneath the turntable, and that goes into this one. Okay. And then the other one is if you want to daisy chain other devices on your layout. If you have more than one of these controllers and stuff like that. So I put the new one up there with that thing on it, and I started setting it up, and it didn't work. So I found out, hey, Dwight, welcome. I found out that when I skinned the wire on the black wire here, the coating never came off, and I pushed it in the connector, so it wasn't making a good connection. So all I did was brought the thing down to my desk here, got my portable soldering kit out, and soldered the wires together, put heat shrink on it all the way out, and that made it strong. And so then I got it to work. So up there on my creeper, because then I can see over top of it, and I can look down on the turntable when I'm on my creeper. And so I said, okay, I'm going to assign all the service tracks. So I went around, assigned them all, and then I was happy that they all got assigned, because the biggest problem was before I was only seeing numbers 00, 01, and 02. And it wouldn't go any further than 02. So now I see 99, which is what you're supposed to have in your turntable, right? So got them all assigned. Then as I promised, I said I'm going to start to install the ACM unit on the turntable, and I was going to start doing a video. I'm doing a video of showing how I'm doing this setup. So I have the video showing me installing it and hooking up the wires and all that. That part is done. Then I said, okay, now I'm going to turn on the system with it connected and everything. And I went to move a track to one of the service tracks, because in the ACM, you have to put it in learn mode, and then it'll learn where the tracks are located and everything. So I moved it to one of my service tracks, and it didn't stop there. It just kept going, right? So I tried another one, the same thing. It just kept going. It wouldn't stop. So I disconnected the ACM unit, and I spoke to Walters yesterday. And I spoke to Keith in the support group, and he helped me, and he said, well, why don't you try setting home? Because when the system came up, everything was set. I didn't have to set home. I didn't have no errors on the console. No errors on there. Nothing. So I then said, okay, I'm going to set home. So I went through the procedure to set home. It's in the manual, tells you the steps to do. And the turntable moved. It went past the sensor, and then it stopped. So it set home because it came up with, on this console, on the LED screen, dash dash. That's a good code. What I was getting before was an E3, which means sensor not found. The thing was going around and around and around and around, never would stop. Okay, so now it's given a dash dash, which means I got the sensor. This guy, I got the sensor installed properly on the turntable. Okay, so that's battle one. So I said, let me run home, get it set. Now I'll go and set 3 tracks, service tracks. Number 35, number 25, and number 36. They're right near each other. So I moved the turntable, I set it. I then got to 36, and I said, let me go back to 35. So I entered track on here, track, and then scroll down to get to service track 35. And then I hit track, and the thing went right past it. I said, what the heck's going on? And today, that's what was going on. All day long, I couldn't get it to work. And because I wanted to make sure that I got it going by just doing a couple tracks instead of doing them all and then trying to test it later. So I did a couple and started testing to make sure it would go there. So it wasn't remembering the location of where the track was that I set it. So I'm going, oh, now I got a bad electronic part again, right? So I called up Walters about 6-7 times today, and I didn't realize that the guy that I spoke to yesterday, because when I called yesterday, every time I called him, he was there. But today he was off today. So I know another guy in Walters. He's the DCC guy. He works on the DCC components of Walters equipment, and his name is Nathan. So I spoke to him today, and so we talked about it, and then he came up with a plan to do. So what was going on is when you rotate your bridge around to a service track that you want to set, the bridge has a building on one end. That's the head of the bridge. The other end is called the tail. Okay. So I was always moving the tail to the service tracks. And then when you go to hit, when you do the set of the service track, when you got your track aligned and the car rolls over it nice and clean, no derailments, no short circuits, everything is equal. Then you set the track, and what you do is you hit the track button, and then a track number comes up, number 1 normally. Then you hold the track button down until number 1 starts flashing fast. That puts you in programming mode. So now what you do is you then hit the up arrow or the down arrow, and you scroll through to the track number you want to set. Then you hit head or tail. Well, I was always hitting head, but the tail was at the service track, so that was confusing it. So after speaking with Nathan, I said, okay, he said why don't you try service track 1 and service track 2? Did you try that? See where it goes. And I said, no, I didn't try that. Because when you get the Walters turntable, it already has 0, which is home. That's the home spot for the turntable. And then you got service track 1 and service track 2. And service track 1 is clockwise around, and service track 2 is counterclockwise around. Okay, from home. Wherever the home is, then clockwise goes to service track 1, and clockwise goes to service track 2. Because I was telling them when I hit my track, it was going past, this kept on going around. The only way to stop it was to hit the track button. Then it would stop the turntable from moving. So I then said, okay, let me do this. So what I did was I set home again, found out where home was, it came back and it stopped at a spot. Then I hit track 1 and it went around for a little bit and then it stopped. Random place. Then I entered track number 2 and it went back the other direction and it stopped. So now I know the electronics is good on the turntable. So I said, okay, let me go back to service tracks 35, 25, and 36. So I moved the table around to 35. The tail was on 35. Did the procedure, and this time I hit tail. I moved the turntable to 25. The tail was there at 25. I hit tail again. Then I moved the turntable to 36 and I hit tail again. Now, on the display on here, you guys that have Walters turntables, the track number 35 would be 35, right? Well, when you program it, there's a dot on the screen. The one on the right-hand side, the dot on the right-hand side of the 5, that means the tail. When the dot is in the middle between the two numbers, that means it's set for head. So I usually go tail to all my service tracks. So I'm going to set the tail. And he did tell me also, when you select the track number, you can just hit the track button and it'll go there. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. So I got to 36 and then I said, let me go to 35. So I entered 35. I just entered 35 on the screen and then I hit the track button and the turntable went past 25, got to 35. It stopped, it jiggled a little bit to line it up. Perfect. So it's good now. So I got 3 of them set. Now I got to do the rest of them. I'll do that tomorrow. Then I can continue with the ACM unit. Once I get them all set up and they move to the right places, getting the ACM unit working, then it'll be a lot better. So that's the fun I've been having with the Walters turntable. Learned a lot and made notes in my system. So if it ever happens again, I know what to look for, and we'll see what happens. So did I say hello, Dwight? Welcome. So that's that. I 3D printed some Wago and lever connector holders. and I needed to make a couple of different sizes because the lever connectors come in different sizes. Okay, so this is a Wago connector, right? It's a three-way. It's a three-wire connector, right? And here's the 3D printed clip for it. I have a hole here that I can screw this onto the layout, and then I just slide this into it, or I can put it in. I gotta go, yeah, I gotta go like this, and then it just snaps in like that. Then that'll hold that up. It won't be dangling all over the place like they are, right? So then I had let me see, where is it? I got one connector in here. Here we go. Okay, here's a Wago 2-wire one. See, it's a little smaller. So I had to redesign this, and this one just slides right in. They'll have to snap it in. So the 2 watt, and you can still lift the levers up, take wires out, put wires in, close them, and that has a screw hole in it. So uh, Mr. Amazon, what a joke. I needed, the screws I needed were number 8s. Number 8, 3/4 inch self-threading flathead. So that was designed for a flathead, so it's flush. That way the connector doesn't hit the screw, right? So I ordered the screws from Amazon on Saturday, and they said 2-day delivery. It'll be here on Tuesday. Okay, so I ordered some filament from Amazon. That was on Monday. I ordered it, and Tuesday it came. Now, there's no hardware stores around here anymore, Dwight. They're all closed. So I go to Home Depot, and they got every other kind of screw except for the one that I want. So I just ordered it from Amazon. So yesterday it was supposed to come. The screws were supposed to come yesterday, and they didn't because it was stuck out in Ohio somewhere. I don't know what was going on in Ohio yesterday, but it was stuck there. And then I got a notification saying that package is coming tomorrow. And it came today, but it came really late in the day. I don't know what these guys are doing anymore, but it's really strange. But anyway, I got the screws and I tested it. Yeah, they are. They're getting worse. And I know the reason why, but I'm not going to say it on here. I know the reason. So one day, hey, Russ, welcome. One day, Dwight, I'll tell you what I think in a private message because I know what's going on. Okay. So anyway, so that's the Wago connectors, and then James sent me a picture of his lever connectors that he uses because the kit he bought had the brackets in them, but his picture didn't come out right. But I got a general idea, so I redesigned this thing. So what this does has the screw hole, so I can mount this up on the ceiling, and then these kind, which are the levers, right? 2-wire one, or the 4-wire one, or the 3-wire one. Yeah, they are. That's what's going on. Well, that yeah, there's another reason too. So what this does is it hooks into that hole that's already on the connector, like so, and then this comes around and gets connected, just like that. Now, all I gotta do is screw that on, and boom. So I have a lot of these all over the place. So I printed a couple of dozen of the connectors. So I'll go around, see how far I get with the connector with these. And if I have to print more, I'll print more. If anybody needs them, let me know. I can send them to you and go with that. So that's what's going on with them. And the screws came, there's 150 of them in the pack. That's the other thing, Dwight. At Home Depot, they only have 50 packs or 100 packs. This was a 150 pack, and it was less than the money I spent for a 100 pack at Home Depot. So, so that's that. So, I got a couple of cleaning cars coming. I ordered them from that track cleaning guy. Placed the order on Monday. He's been busy as heck. So he was on vacation for the whole from before Christmas to after New Year's. So he's busy with all the orders and stuff. I'm sure he got. So I ordered them. Hopefully they'll come. I'm going to add them to some of my trains and just let it run around with them. So that's that. The uncoupling project that I mentioned to you guys before. These are the earth magnets that I got. Very good, John, JD. Amazon got sued. Yeah. These are called earth magnets. And what I do is I drill 4 holes in the track and put 4 of these in opposite of each other. And then the car goes over, it's supposed to uncouple it. And I'll get back to this in a minute. So I put them in up on my yard, just to test, right? So I had a bunch of cars and I ran over. That's okay, Bob. Welcome. How you doing? So had a couple cars, and when I run them over, they wouldn't uncouple. I go, what the heck's going on? So I opened up a case with KD. As a matter of fact, just before the show started, the guy from KD called me, and we talked for a little bit. So here's what the problem was. Why they don't uncouple. Okay. Here's a KD coupler that I had on a car. It's kind of small, but let's see. This is a brand new KD coupler. See the difference? Okay. What I was doing with my cars is I was using this KD tool. This is the coupler trip pin pliers tool. And I would put that on and bend it up a little bit so that it would clear the KD coupler tool. You know, that little pad there on the coupler tool, that little pad, the hose or the trip pin, they call them trip pins, I call them hoses, would hit that little pad, even though it was lined up. Okay. So if it's lined up perfectly, then it should pass through that trip pin. So what I've been doing now is going through my cars, taking off all the couplers and putting on new couplers and not bending the trip pin. What I'm doing is I'm putting on, I'll get a big one out, these red fiber washers on the trucks. What that does, that lifts up. No, they're not at number 5. They're 158. They were 2 158s, Bob. And this here washer then lifts the coupler up. The body goes up. If it's a body mounted coupler, which all my cars are, it lifts the coupler up a little bit. So you might have to put 1 or 2, depending on how low the coupler is, right? So that's what I'm doing now, going through and checking them all. And then what I do is I have a magnet here on my track, and I just connect the cars. And then when I run it over, see how it came apart? No, I spoke with Katie, and what they say is bending the couplers can damage the coupler. So I don't know why they sell this tool. He said the only time you need to use the tool and to bend the couplers is on the Talladega trucks, where the coupler is mounted right on the truck. Then you can bend it. But my bending was exaggerated. Yeah, I only had 2 spots on my layout where a trip pin was too low. And one spot was going over a turnout, and then it was short out the track because it hit the turnout, the crossbar or the throw bar on the turnout. And that caused, hey, Randall, welcome. Then it would short out the track. The other spot is where I have a crossover, and I'm coming down a grade, and the cars would, a couple of them would hit that. So I just bent them up. That way the train ran. But now I'm looking at disconnecting cars and moving them to the manufacturing places around. And I can't do that if the couplers are bent. So I got to go around and change all the couplers in all my cars to get them all to work. Okay. KD does not recommend using earth magnets. He told me what this does is these magnetize the coupler, and that can cause you problems later on. So I got to get rid. I can't pursue this anymore. So I got the KD ones that drop right into the track, and I guess I'm going to do that. Unless you're using magnetic uncoupling, I would think you could bend the pin as you wish. Yeah, it doesn't damage the coupler per se, okay? But if you want to do magnetic uncoupling, you need the couplers to be the way they are when they come to you. No modifications to the coupler. So raising them up a little bit with a couple of washers, I can 3D print washers if I need them. I got, hey, Joe Rader, welcome. I got KD 908 and KD 208 and KD 209. They're the washer packs that you get with from KD, and they elevate the trucks for you so that you can do that. And I got these red ones off of Amazon. They were a lot cheaper. So I have a file that I can print washers in any size I want. So um, that's what I'm going to do is print that. So um, so I've been playing around, and so these cars here I all switched already today. A couple more I put up on the layout, and these are going on to a train. And I was waiting for this new engine to show up. This is an Athearn Blue Box SD40-2 computer power cab one. So brand new. The box was never even opened. The seal was the original Athearn seal, and everything was on the box. I paid $170 for this that had decoder and sound in it. Okay, so I put it on a track, turned it on, went to 3, and I played the horn, the bell, turned on all the lights, got them all coming on. Okay, so um, let me see. This goes back into this here. Okay, so whoever wired this didn't do a good job on the lights. Okay, because the ditch lights are all on the same function key. So, oops, got that one started. If I select loco 41, see how the lights flashed. Okay, what's supposed to happen is let me see here. Recall. Select loco 4310. Okay, turn off the modes. Okay, so what happened was that normally a ditch light is separate, and you have a function key for each one. Then you go into the decoder and you put them on the same function key, and then you can alternate them and do that. So this here headlight alternates with the ditch lights when I hit the bell. If I move it again, oh, wrong engine. See how that headlight and these ditch lights are flashing. So that's that engine. That engine's going into a consist I have up on the 5th level. It's my oil tank train. And some of these cars, I had to add some weight into them, and it got heavy. I had 3 engines on there, and going around the one corner, it's an incline a little bit, and they were struggling to get up there. So I have 2 engines in the front, then I have a DPU in the middle, and now this will be another DPU on the end of that train. So that's what that is. And since Bob's here, I was going to talk about Anybody in here going to Amherst this year? Let me know. I know Tammy and Ray is going because I'm staying with Tammy, Ray, and Artie. So anybody else going to Amherst? So let's remove that. Let's share a screen. Nope, I don't want to do that. I want to go here. Oh, stop sharing. Share screen. Okay, window here. Share. Okay. Okay, people. This is for Mr. Bob. Okay, in YouTube Studio, you go to customization on the left here. Click on that, and you scroll down to what's called handle. Now, when you create, hey Mike, how you doing? When you create a new YouTube channel, you give it a name, the channel you want it to be, and then it creates a handle, and it creates a list of handles for you, and you can pick one, or you can create your own. So most people just click on a button and then it goes. And what that does is it puts a number on the end of the handle. So if you put Bob loves trains, it'll put dash 1, 2, 3, 4 on there. So that's how it gets the number on the handle. That's not your channel name. It's just that's just your handle. And what you're seeing in the chat is your handles, not your channel name. Okay. Some guys have their name and their handle the same. 2 people didn't hit the like button. So that's how that's done, Bob. That's how it gets created. It's up to you to change it to what you want. I don't see anybody in here tonight that has any numbers on it because I've been going over this a couple times in my streams. Randall Ellison has it. So to get rid of that number on the end of your name there, Randall, just go into YouTube Studio, go to customization, and go to handle. And just change the handle to something different. And that's what will show up on when you comment on the stream or on anybody's video. Yeah. So that's right, Bob. I was using earth magnets because the one guy video I was watching, he was using it. So now I'm going to have to go back to his video and comment on him and tell him I spoke to KD and they don't recommend using earth magnets and see what he says. So we'll have to wait and see. And that guy is going to be at Amherst. So I'll wait to talk to him. Hey, Mason Dixon, welcome. Nice to see you here. Let's see who else. Did I miss anybody? Nope, I got everybody. Is that Mason Dixon, Alan? Okay, I'll have to make a note of that. Right, that's right, Bob. Your handle is the name in the chat, not your channel name. See how if you looking at my screen there, okay, see the name field up here? Moving my mouse. See the name field right here? That's my YouTube channel name. No @ in front of it. It's just the channel name. But in the handle, it has an @ in front of it. So that's why you see everybody in chat here has an @ Mason-Dixon Railroad, @ PKW, et cetera, @ Curly Express. Okay, so that's the handle field that pops up on your chat. Now, we just noticed this on Jim Tedesco's show, and we were blaming OBS for messing around with the names, but it wasn't OBS. YouTube changed something. See, they were using the name field to put on the chat and that before. They changed it to the handle. No, I look back at my emails from YouTube and I didn't see anything that discussed that. So they just made this change and didn't tell anybody, or only a few people know. So, yeah, exactly. You can put PK Model Works -Bob. Then everybody would know you're Bob. We know who you are, but if you go to somebody else's channel and you're scrolling through and you put a comment on somebody's video, they don't know who that is. But if you put -Bob, then they can say, hey, then they can reply back and say, Bob, how you doing? See, some of the people I know, but I don't know everybody. And we should have a standard way to name our names. You know, your railroad name and then -Tom. Okay. My handle was Thomas Grassi, no spaces, Thomas Grassi -8818. And that's what was showing up whenever I place a comment on anybody's video or in the streams. So thanks, Bob. So that's what's going on. So you can get to it from your channel. You can go to your YouTube channel and then go to customization there. There's a button there for customization. And what that does is it opens up YouTube Studio. Okay. I always go to YouTube Studio to fix my videos and get them prepped for going out to for view. So I always click on the icon here, and then you can see. You go back to YouTube here. If we go to YouTube, now I'm back on YouTube, right? And if I go here now, we're going to see YouTube Studio. So I come down here and I click on YouTube Studio, and that's how I get to YouTube Studio. Very simple. I have it on my phone. I don't do much work on my phone. I just look at if anybody replied to one of my videos or something like that. So again, it's customization. I got to click on the right screen and go down to handle. and make your changes to you want. Right. Yeah, that's what they're claiming. But um, and that depends on if the channel is available. Um, the handle doesn't change the yeah. If you send a link to somebody to your channel, that'll have the new handle name in it. Alan. That's what I see. Yeah, I checked the URL um, and that's down here. So that'll get you to my channel. So if I copy this and put it in the chat, yeah, there you go, Deep Run Mike. Perfect. See, now if you click on that, you'll be able to go to my channel. So it's not a big deal, but changing the name, I don't know how often I have my email set up with a link to my YouTube channel. So when I sign an email, I have my phone number in there and an email. Yeah, you can use your phone to do it. There's no problem in that. I like doing it on a phone. The screens are too small. I do all my work on YouTube on my computer. I got two screens. I can have this up here, that over there, and it works out really good. So um, that's what that is. So okay, so I'll take this down. Anybody have any questions about that? Yeah, I prefer my laptop. Yeah, yeah. You got more workspace, right? It's nice to have it on your phone. That's fine, Randall. Like on my phone, I got two apps, YouTube Studio and YouTube. And if I click on YouTube Studio there, it takes you to my YouTube. And you can, switch accounts, do all kinds of stuff on there. So yeah, you can change it twice in 14 days. That's correct. So if you don't like what you change it to, you can change it to something else in 14 days. Then after 14 days, you can change it to something different. That's what that guy that drives Jim Tedesco crazy. He's changing his handle seems like every time he comes into Jim's show, he has a different one. So it only lets you do two in 14 days. So I don't know how he's changing it all the time. He's not. He can't be changing it every week because it only lets you do it two times in 14 days. So well, that's once a week, right? So and then after that, you get another once a week. So it should be only can do it twice in a weird number so that you can't keep changing it. But some people change it all the time. The only thing about the laptop and YouTube Shorts is that I can't comment. I can only comment on my phone. No. Um, the only place you can't comment is from the TV screen. Like I have a 60-inch screen TV in my living room, and I bring YouTube up there every once in a while, but can't comment on there. That's the only place I can't comment on. I go on YouTube on my computer and I comment to all the people I see and I know when I bring up YouTube, whether they're short or a video. And Yeah, you can't comment from the TV. That's correct. It's the only place you can't, Tammy. That's right. So on the laptop, you should have no problem commenting on the shorts. Now, Dwight the other day put up a short and he had the comments turned off. Maybe that's what you're seeing, JD. Maybe the people that you're looking at shorts have comments turned off, and that's why you can't comment on it. You only have problems on the shorts. Well, I'm saying they might have turned the comments off on the shorts. You can go to any one of my shorts, JD, and see if you can comment on it from your laptop. And no, the only way I looked it up, Dwight, the only way that that happens is if you, oh, you know what you did? Maybe you put it was, there's two ways that the comments get turned off automatically. One is you do it, or two, you put down the video is for children. If the video is for children, it's automatic, comments are automatically turned off. That's what I've seen. I'm not sure if videos are changed to for kids either. I'm not sure about the videos. The shorts, a lot of people do shorts. So, I mean, I've seen that with shorts where um, like Joe Biden created a short, and I want to comment and say he's an idiot, but he has comments turned off because they know people are going to trash the hell out of him, right? So they turn off comments. Okay, so some people turn them off, and I thought that's what Dwight did the other day. I don't know. I don't think YouTube turns them off for you, Dwight. But that was the first time I seen that on your. It was a short, I think it was, Dwight, or it was a no, it wasn't. It was a short video. It wasn't a short. So, did you go in and check the video and see what the settings are on that video? You can edit the video. If you edit the video, let's edit a video. Did you go down? Did you go? Did you go down to no? Is it set for no? It's not made for kids, because that will turn off the comments automatically if you do that. That's what I've seen. Yeah. Okay. Well, because I was going to comment on that video, but I couldn't. No. Well, Joe, shorts have a narrow frame. When you create a short, it has to be a narrow format. So you can create the video on your phone and then put it on your computer and upload it through your computer. You can do that, or you can just upload it using the apps on your phone and create the short. See, I create the videos on my phone for shorts because it's in the right format. My webcam doesn't give a narrow format. It's always a wide format. That's what I got that for the wide views of my layout. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, you can, because I then take the video and download it from iCloud onto my computer, and then I upload it to YouTube. This way I can change the title and change the description and all that stuff. So as you can see, I have a lengthy description in this video with all the hashtags down at the bottom there. That's the proper way of setting up your description in the videos. This way it pushes out to more people. Hashtags belong in your description. That's the place it needs. Yeah, you can make them on your PC if you can get it the video in the right format. That's all. Well, no cell phone in my life. Yeah. Okay, Joe. No, Joe. If you have videos on your computer, you can edit and create. That's right. You can always modify the videos. Now there's video software out there, and you might be able to resize it to fit into the window. See, the reason why they made the shorts a narrow format is because people look at YouTube on their phone. They're on the road, blah blah blah. Yeah, you sent a text message. I thought, JD. Okay, so you see the comments over there, right? So you click on the comment icon, and then the comments pop up. That's how you do it on your laptop. So you're good there, JD. So somebody may have turned off comments on the ones that you couldn't get it to do that, or maybe there was a glitch. You know, sometimes YouTube servers are overwhelmed, and they might not. You click on a button and it doesn't do something. So anything's possible, I guess. So, but yeah, that came out pretty good. So let's see what else do I want to talk about. I did that. I talked about that. Oh, um, let me um, remove this. Oh, I did show you this here. So, and I showed you how the cars. See, when the cars go over the magnet, the trip pin should move to the rail side. That's that's what they're doing now. So they're the right height and everything. So uh, my oil tank car, I think I have 40 tank cars on that train. It's the longest train that I've put together. But I still got all these cars to put up there and add to the train after I get that engine added in. So, but I've been working on getting the trains running up there and getting that turntable working, and that, bouncing back and forth between that and that. Then the uncoupling project I'm working on, I thought that was going to be a breeze, but now KD doesn't recommend earth magnets because it magnetizes the couplers. So, and that could screw it up. So now one of these bag couplers, I'll take out of the medicine bottle. I'm throwing all the bad ones in there. Thought I could bend back the. Hey, Chris, welcome. I wanted to see it. I was going to bend them back, but that didn't work. See how that sticks onto there? The coupler is just hanging there, right? Now, if I take this off, now it's sticking to the screwdriver. Screwdriver's not magnetized, but the coupler is now magnetized. So So it does magnetize the coupler. So the guy from KD was correct. So I have the KD coupler magnet um, guide that helps you put the magnet inside the track so it's aligned properly. You glue it in place and boom. So that magnet is too strong. Probably. But like I said, Mike, earlier, I don't know if you were here yet, but the guy that I watched the video, he's Chattanooga Southern Railroad. His name is Ian. And that's what he's doing on his layout. He's using these same magnets. And he's got it working. But he did a video of it. And that's what I said. Oh, good. These are cheaper than buying a bunch of KDs. And these work on curves. Hey, James, welcome. And these work on curves where the KD ones are straight, so you can't do it on a curve. Well, I don't think I have a place on a curve that I want to uncouple. So I can get the KDs. Maybe when I go to Amherst and KD is going to be there, I'll get the KD magnets up there when I'm up there. So, but I got to get I'm going to work on the cars to get them all prepped and stuff. So what I do is I bring the cars on here, I run them with the engine and try to uncouple them and stuff like that. So it's all, yeah, I'm excited about Amherst too. So Chris will be there. Good, get to see. Hey, Ronald, welcome. Ronald needs to get his number off of his name too. Never late, Ronald. Never late. Yeah, Ronald, just go into YouTube Studio, go to customization. Oh, and Dave's here. Dave needs to know how to do this too. So you guys, welcome, Dave. You guys need to go back to the video and look at what I talked about, how to get your handle changed. Like Dave would have DB Tech dash Dave. And Ronald Redo would have Ronald Redo. That's all he needs. And get rid of the 7870. Easy to do. So yeah, Dave's going to be in Amherst. Good. I'll bring the rest of the dogs, Dave, to you when I see you up there. Yeah, I don't remember what building it is though, Chris. You know, did you know? Trackside Mike is going to be there. He's coming with the OVR gang, I guess. Oh, he will be in our house, Tom. Good. Good, good, good. Fun times. That's in 2 weeks, I think, right? Or wait a minute, today's only the 7th. Yeah. This weekend, then following weekend, and then the next weekend. Yeah, it's after this weekend's gone, then it's 2 weeks. So 20 days or something like that. We will be at the Tracks and Restaurant. Oh, that's a place I couldn't find last year, Tammy. Be nice now, Dwight. I don't know. It's in Palmer. Okay. Screaming Tender Tammy. Well, we got two Tammys here now, right? We got Joe Rader's Tammy and we got Tammy and Ray. How's the little guy doing, Joe? Yep, that's what I figured. My Tammy can't talk. Yeah, too bad he couldn't. That'd be neat if dogs could talk. That'd be a real neat. They all could be like Mr. Ed, right? You guys remember Mr. Ed? Yeah, she barks. That's how they talk. Yeah, my guy's laying in the other room. Not yet. My dog goes out in the morning and then goes to the four corners of the yard and barks in each corner to let people know he's out for the day. Well, look at all the Johns we have, Dwight. Two Tammys is nothing. We have a couple of Daves. We got a couple of um, Johns. So now we have two Tammys. They have one Mike. I don't know if we have any more Mikes. Yeah, so that's the way it goes. Well, all right, people. Well, I've been on here for about an hour and a half now, and I want to thank everybody for stopping in, and hope to see you guys. Well, we'll talk more. I got two more shows before Amherst comes, so hope to see you all there, and we'll. I'll bring my video camera. I'll do some video and stuff like that. For the people I don't have mini me's of, be aware I'll be taking your photos. So I got Joe Rader sent me his. I got him done, and I got Almar finally got well enough to take a photo of himself, and he sent me one. So I got everybody from the Dessler group and the Timonian group set up in individual files now. Almar and Joe Rader were in the group file that I created. But I like to have individuals because if Joe says, "Hey Tom, can you send me a couple of me?" or if Almar says, "Hey, send me a couple of me," then I can print them out and send them to them. So they were the last two that I got, and I got them done, printed. Barbara painted them the other day. And so her eye is still a little weird. But I don't know too much about the eye, but she has her eye pressure is high in that eye. So, and I think that's what's causing her to see the spots and the waves and the whatever. And uh, the doctor gave her medicine to try to drop the pressure in the eye. So that's what she's working on now. She went to the eye doctor on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday or Monday? Monday. Monday it was. So she did that. And so that's what's going on. There's pressure, and the pressure is supposed to be low in your eye, not high. So she had a high value. I don't know what the values are, whether it's, 20 is high and 10 is low. I don't know. So, your comments. Yeah, floaters. Right. That's right, Tammy. Right. That's what she has. She has floaters in her eyes. She sees dots, and sometimes, and inside her eye was bleeding at one time, and they cleaned all the blood out, and I still think there's something wrong, and they might have to operate on it again to clear it up. So it's day to day with her eye. So she comes over here, and well, the kind of floaters you have, Dwight, are not in your eyes. Ha 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 ha. So she comes over here, and she wants to do something, while she's here. And I said, don't overdo it. You know, she has the magnifying glasses on to paint the HO scale, guys. They're small, so it hurts. The shots helped. Yeah, I'm sure they did. So, well, she had cataracts done in her eye a long time ago, and I think they did something wrong when they did it. So that's what's going on. The cataract, the lens that they put in there, cut something in the eye. That's what caused it to bleed, and that's what was going on. So they're going to have to redo that at another time. I don't know when they're going to do it. So um, she sees good enough to drive and good enough to paint. But I don't want to. I tell her don't watch TV too much because that's going to. Even though you're not looking at it with the bad eye, the other eye is getting more strained because you're overcompensating for the other eye being not seeing well. So you're going to strain your other eye. That's going to cause more problems. Mary says 18 or higher is bad. I think hers was in the 20s. The last time I went with her, which was 2 weeks ago, she had her pressure checked and it was 20. So 18, yeah. So that's about right. 18 or higher. Yeah. That's about right. So you want it lower than 18. So I just wish there was a way that mine was 24. Yeah, that's too high. That's probably why they gave me the shot. So um, the only reason I wear these glasses, these are readers. I don't need glasses to see. Um, this magnifies the screen a little bit for me, but I can read everything there. Because my last time I went to the eye doctor was less than a year ago, and he checked my eyes. My eyes were still 20/20 at 69 years old, so that wasn't too bad. So these are just readers for because in the house you have artificial light, and that's not sufficient light for your eyes to be able to read things like smaller print, like to read the small print there. I would need to put my glasses on, then I can read it all real clean. But if I took this outside, without any readers on. I could read this whole card without any problem. So regular light, it's better for me. So, but that's how that is. So, yeah, that's probably why you have pressures is high. Yeah, diabetes. Yeah, that's not fun. I see so many people having these methods of getting rid of diabetes. I don't know how true they are or whatever. I never had diabetes. It didn't run in my family. And so I don't know. But yeah, well, he has a patch over the other eye, right? Dwight, that's true, Bob. That's why natural light is better. The artificial light in your house is every 6 weeks. Wow. No patch. Okay. You could be a pirate, Dwight. Wear a patch. Arr, shimmer me down. Right. Okay, Tammy, thanks for stopping in. I'm going to end this anyway. So, like I said, thank you to everybody that stopped in tonight. I appreciate y'all for coming in and spending some time with me here. And I'll have some videos coming out later on. Hopefully, I get this turntable working and operational, and then I can move on to some other things. So, uh, we'll see you. Okay, everybody have a good night, and we'll catch you all later. Take care. Good night.